my second time doing a TBR. I wanted to do it because I have been wanting to like dwindle down my want to read list, or books that I want to read, basically, that I have on my GOODREADS. It's like up to 140. It's getting out of hand. So I'm like, I need to assess these books, stop looking for new things, and go through the books that I already have there. So that's what I'm going to do here with you today. Talk about the books that I want to read in June. I have a nice hefty stack of books here that I can't wait to share with you. I have a combination of some physical books, some books that I plan on getting from the library, and then of course some Kindle Unlimited reads because I love my Kindle. She is my bestie right now. So last month I didn't even create a TBR because I was in such a heavy reading mood. And I just continued to just select books that were popping up in my, basically in my face, or maybe have been on the list for a while. I went to the library a couple times and just found some books, and I found some really good reads, which I'll share with you in a few days for my May reading wrap up. But these books, I selected them all off of my GOODREADS want to read list. So the first book I want to read is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tome. I honestly do not know how to say her name, and I'm not one for butchering. So I actually have the first book here, Children of Blood and Bone. I finished this book in May, and I can't wait to tell you how I felt about it. But the second book in the series continues on with the story of Zele and her bringing back magic for her people, the Magi. That, I can't even give too much away. I'll have to talk about it later because I have to really assess my thoughts because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But it is I think it's considered YA. Fantasy, maybe a little bit of romance in there. It's mainly fantasy. I read that in May, so I want to read the second book because the third book actually comes out in June, as far as I'm pretty sure it comes out in June of this year. The next book I want to read is off of KU. This is Everking by L.J. Andrews. So I read about 4 books in the beginning of the series by L.J. Andrews about 6 months or so. I read it off of my Kindle when I first got Kindle Unlimited. Loved that series. So this series is like a branch off from that one. From what I'm getting, it's like on the sea vibe. So it's like Pirates of the Caribbean, fae, fantasy, romance. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. I can't wait to read that book. I'm so excited about it. I love L.J. Andrews' writing, and I want to dive back into that world. I am kind of skipping ahead by reading the Everking. So basically the way from what I understand, the series were put together, they're like one big world, and then there's certain parts of the world, and then each series or group of books touches on those areas of this world that L.J. Andrews had created. Super intricate and in-depth, but I love that fact about it because if I read another set of the series, it's like it still gives me that feel of the world that she's created. Is it she? Maybe it's a he. I don't know. I need to look that up. But of the world that the author has created, and it just like gets you more into the fantasy, like pulls you in, right? Love that. The next book is called The Last Wish by, I do not know, but this is the first book in the Witcher series. So me and my girlfriend, we went to 2nd and Charles, and we were combing through the books. That vlog will be coming up soon. Just combing through the books, like talking about books that we read, finding good finds, good books. And then we came across The Witcher. We both love the series, but we never read the book. So like the Netflix series. So we were like, maybe we should read The Witcher. And I was like, we definitely should read The Witcher. If you don't know what The Witcher is, it is a Netflix series, but it's also a book about this guy. His name is Gerald, and he is basically a superhero for the humans because he's killing off the bad guys. I mean, killing off the bad guys who have like maybe magic or are magical creatures, stuff like that. And he is supposed to be a good guy, but he also has a little bit of darkness in him as well. And you kind of goes through his story. There's also 2 other females involved. One is a girl he's supposed to save, and then another is a witch that he happens to fall in love with. So it's a lot. It's very intricate, but check out the Witcher series on Netflix. I Love that series. I love me some Henry Cavill, just saying. But the actual storyline is super interesting. So I'm like, I think I would like the book. So we're going to try and read that book this month. We'll see, because I also have to see if it comes up on my Libby, because I'm in line to get the book. We'll see if it comes up in June, basically, but it's on the list. Now, because I have that book, The Witcher, which I may not get, I have another book on my list, but this is The Kiss Countdown. Now, I've already mentioned this book a couple times in my last couple vlogs because I read like the first chapter of this book when I went to the library to check out to see if I would like it. And yeah, yes, such a good plot. So basically it's about this girl who's down on her luck. She's lost her job. She had to move in with her friend. Her mom is ill. She's going through all these ups and downs, and she lost her boyfriend. So she lost her boyfriend, find out her homeboy is dating another girl. She sees him in the cafe and decides that she's pretend dating this astronaut here just because he's handsome, and you know, why not? Because we're in a novel. So they decide to start fake dating because it's going to be beneficial to their lives. I love a fake dating trope. I am here for it. So like I said, this book I read the first chapter of. I can't wait to get into it again. I kind of got distracted, honestly. I think the good thing about a TBR is that you can stay focused but still kind of mood read, because that's honestly what I did when I put together this list. As I went through my Goodreads like want to read list based off of my mood, what am I going to want to read, like where am I going to be at. On to the next book, which I actually got. I pre-ordered this book, and because I saw it and I was just like, I kind of think I really need this book. That's literally what happened. I saw the cover. This was 100% a cover buy for me, 100%. And I don't like to waste my money, and I don't know why I did this, but other than the fact that the cover is stunning. So this is Blood at the Root by Ladarian Williams. This is a book about a boy. He is going off to college, and he basically finds out that there's magic in his blood, in his bloodline, and he has to go through some type of challenge to be able to get to the magic. It says his search for answers about his heritage, his powers, and what really happened to his mother exposes the cracks in the magical community as it faces a reawakening of evil dating back to the Haitian Revolution. So it's a little bit of like family ties, finding out about magic and not knowing about it, a little bit of romanticy in there. This is interesting because I saw a couple of people talk about it when the book first came out, and a couple of booktubers, and they were like, meh, like this is meh. But it has a 4-star on Goodreads, and I'm just like, if we're taking time to put a review on Goodreads, like it's got to be real, right? Like you're taking the time to put the review in, or at least hit the little star button. You know what I'm saying? I want to find out for myself because I really loved Legendborn by Tracy Dion, and this also gets compared a lot to that. So I'm interested to see about this book. Next book is a new release that actually releases in June. It's getting released like in the middle of June. So I have to wait to actually get the book because I pre-ordered it, of course. And it is Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. Now I read my first Danielle Allen book in May. Check out my reading wrap up, which will be coming out in a few days when I tell you about these books that I read. But the Danielle Allen book was close to my heart. Like it was right on time, exactly what I needed. I loved it. It was beautiful. But I'll explain more about that book in that review. But in this book is Curvy Girl Summer. And it is what the title says. It's about a girl who is in her curvy girl summer vibes, okay? She is curvy. It's summertime. We out in the streets. Like that is what the book is about. Beyond that, I really don't know much details because honestly, another cover buy. Like the cover eats, can we just say. Like it just looks good. And Danielle Allen's writing was top tier. It was so good. If you're looking for a Black author that really hits on like just hits close to home with the things that she talks about and like the way she talks about them in their book, it's not cheesy. It's like straight up like this is how I would think as a girl, as a curvy girl, as a Black woman. You know what I mean? Like loved her writing, so I was happy that I put in the pre-order for this book. Next, I have The Vampire King by Kenya Wright. Now, I'm pretty sure I found this book because I was watching a fantasy video of like fantasy recs and it came across this one. Honestly, this was the title selection. Like I said, it's all about mood reading, okay? Based off of it, I had just read a book about vampires called The Coven by Harper L. Woods. Harper L. Woods? I think it's the name of the author. Loved that book. It has a really good rating on Goodreads. And it's, let's see, a human As a human dominia, Camille's only purpose in life is to birth vampire children for the powerful, quiet king. Trapped in the castle walls under strict rules and constant surveillance by guards, Camille has spent the last 2 years witnessing a brutal slaughter of innocent babies and insurmountable atrocities of other women. Okay, already super intense, but vampires always are. Whenever you have a story about vampires or fantasy about vampires, it's always intense, and it's always about like, it is do or die. It is now or never for the vampires. Like they live forever, but apparently they have no time. Okay, so it just really intrigued me when I'm pretty sure I heard Aaron from Booked and Busy talk about this book. I put it on my list and I'm like, this cover is nice. I think I want to read this. It's on the list. Okay, we may change it, we may not, but it's a mood reading TBR. This is what we're doing. Okay. Next I have The King's Catch by Isha Bree. So this author, I'm pretty sure I noticed her from I think it was Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy's always talking about Black authors and like the books that you never hear about anywhere else. So these are like interconnected standalones, and they're all have a king in the title. Super cute. So this one is about Darian King. So they're all each about a guy with the last name is King. Okay, like some part of an empire or something like that. Darian King enjoys the glamorous fruits of success until unexpected changes alter his carefree bachelor lifestyle. Needing help to navigate uncharted waters, he leans to a lifelong friend, Ava. Though Ava is distracted by turbulence in her relationship, she agrees to support Darian during this transition. I mean, what else do you need? And then the cover, like a story about a Black man who has his life together but then is uprooted and he just needs help from a Black woman. I feel like, how were we not gonna like this? How are we not gonna like it? Like, we're gonna like it. It's gonna be good. Don't you worry. Next, we have Hold Me While You Wait by Kimberly Brown. This is another Black author, Black man loving on a Black woman vibe. Amaya Hilton has known nothing but a life of ultimatums. From a young age, it was her and her sister Eliza against the world. When both of them found love and started a family of their own, Samaya finally feels like she has a life she deserves. Then tragedy strikes, leaving both her sister and her brother-in-law dead, and Samaya to care for her niece, Jaslyn, who is 10 at the time. For Samia, there is no question that Jaslyn should be her. Her husband, however, has a different option. Oh my gosh. Enter Xander Tripp has always taken care of business. I'm stopping right there. I got chills. I am very excited to read this. This might be the first one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so sisters, and they both have kids. They're married off. The one sister dies, leaves the child. The other sister has to take care of the child, and then her husband doesn't want to. How dare he? How dare he? Get out of here. Oh, I'm excited about this one. This is going to be good. I'm glad I did this. I'm so glad I did this. Oh, I love it. Oh, let me know if you've read that or if you're interested in reading it, because that one sounds good. Where We Found Our Passion by Natasha Bishop. So I read the other two books in these interconnected standalones. This is the third one, but it's a friend group of 5 guys. So I'm thinking that Natasha Bishop is just not finished writing the whole series. So I'm kind of taking my time through them, but now I'm on to the last one. I'm just like, let me just read it and get it over with, because the other ones have been top tier fire. Okay, so good. So this one is along the same lines. Like I said, it's a guy in the friend group, and it's funny because the thing that connects the friend group is they won't tell the story of how they met, the 5 guys, how they met. Like, apparently it's like a stupid story, and they have this rite of passage where they're like, I think rite of passage, is that the right term? Basically, they have this deal that they will only tell the story when all 5 of them are married. So 2 of them have gotten married already. Oh, and in this one, the last book, it alluded to one of the friends is in love with a professional soccer player. And she, at the very end of the book, like, gets injured, and you see him like rushing off to go save her. So I'm pretty sure that's what this book is about. And I can't wait to get into it. If you have not read Natasha Bishop's writing, what are you doing? Like, so good. If you like romance and contemporary romance, I don't know, like romance with a plot, with a good plot, but it's still about the romance, Natasha Bishop, just check her out. She's so good. Indie author, just so good. Ugh. Okay, and then the last book I have is actually a nonfiction book, and it's because I'm taking this course within my job. And the book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. If you haven't heard of this book, it's basically a book about how to win friends and influence people. Like literally that's what the book is about. It's a self-help book, nonfiction, and it just walks you through steps to not just improve your business life, but improve your personal life by influencing those around you. You know, I could go into why I'm taking the class, but I really volunteered to take it like I wanted to. I have also started reading this book not a long time ago, maybe like 4 months ago, and I was like into it, but then I wasn't because it's very old. It's actually the very first self-help book ever written, I'm pretty sure. That was the statistic that was given to us. And that book itself was very intriguing to me. And then the principles of the book were very, very intriguing. There's like 5 principles that you use to help you basically go through this tactic of making friends and influencing people. So those are the 10/11 books that I'm going to read for the month of June. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you come back to see my May reading wrap up. I read some really good books this past month, and it was another mood reading month for me. So I think this is a good way to get my mood reading in, but also still have like a trajectory for my TBR, because I love making a plan. Okay, if you don't know, just subscribe to my channel so you can see how I plan my life, because I love making a good plan and executing, just saying. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so by hitting my face down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.